What kind of timing should we look out for SFU or for people to start making movements around the map?
We'll get him worked out. Yeah, the trade-off is, yeah, they're farming definitely a lot inside their lanes. But now, on the bottom lane, FY, this is the first real aggressive move they've done. Coming back behind the lane and Silent instantly into the spin, where they turn on the Sunray, looking for the big burn. Silent still spinning it out at the moment, so finally Ice gets that damage into Lil, who is very low with the Icarus dive up. VG Gaming, very successful, very tanky dive to get back behind that tower. And VP, no way to really push VG back out. Meanwhile, up on top, FNG, the perfect troll trap into Centaur stun. Phobos needs to help out a little bit more. The Stormbolt will buy some space for burning, but he just cannot run away. The Wild Ball is on his tail, and there's just no movement speed to work with for that Sven.
Makes dives like that way more possible than they used to be with the old level dive.
Yeah, it didn't really feel like it was going to be possible, but then you you're bringing in multiple dots to dive behind those towers. Eventually you win, but FNG, like you knew he would come down. Unfortunately for him, FY is going to consume up his Centaur, but big thing is just that spin for Silent. It cannot be stopped. So the Phoenix will drop, and FY does not want to keep this pressure up. Even if Silent doesn't have spin, I think this is one way he can get close. But again, like FNG's tried this now. Well, this is the third time they're trying to get up in FY's face. But FY, okay, well he's already used the power, so he can't get rid of the creep. Nice stuns, nice spins, and FY just doesn't have a reply. And Ice, well, his Icarus dive will allow him to escape, so not in any real peril.
I was wondering if they would even be able to get that kill, but just barely they got him down there. Sunray was not enough, and actually Phoenix is going to get dove here by Juggernaut using the Omnislash. So they get another kill here. VP, that was really, really important.
Well, in this case, they're both same net worth, so maybe it's not really helping anybody. But again, we're back into this position on bottom lane. Silent's got no mana though, so they just go straight into the Doom. This means the line could have some level of influence, but again, you just turn on that beautiful nuke. The Sunray goes to work. Silent will die. They attempted the denial from FNG, but it wasn't possible. Ice giving himself a little bit more life, consuming up that Fairy Fire, but as he throws out his little fire spirits, it slows down Lil and God from getting those attacks off on that
getting level 6 on Phoenix right now.
Very deep and super baited in a double stun. How did that reach that range? Either way, it does do so, and the biggest range is Ice directing the stun at Lil. No cream applied, and that's going to be 2 heroes down for either side, while Super as well as FNG can just keep battling it out. But nope. Super will disengage, but the Lina in the meantime brought down by the Beastmaster on the top lane. A solo kill here for Phobos. He did have to consume the Raw, however.
Put themselves in a pretty good position here. One hero they haven't dealt with at all though is Super. It's farming. Yep.
Well, that's one way to deal with it.
Fade him to the rune.
Yeah, that just shows you also that nuke power. Wait until you actually see something. Little smoke just broke. FYI should be very aware of this. They were baiting with Silent by using the spin like that. It's going to be a very enticing attack if there are 2 players from VG Gaming on that bot lane. Just because you know he's got no way out, and well, hello, another kill up on the top lane. This time,
so they can just play slow and farm, and then ultimately Burning will most definitely get a blink, but I think SNY first is fine. Just keep your effectiveness up, just keep farming. Oh, Ice, yeah. That's how it goes if you stay a bit too long. They got the tower, that was probably enough. But guess,
especially if you can take the tower. So VP, like, as you said, they're very aware of the stack, and they come over burning. Actually moving in the fog of war. He didn't realize they were right next to him. And that's a very quick kill. The question is, how much of this ancient area can they take? And, well, that question is going to be pretty much answered. The answer is nothing. As Super is already chasing them out. In comes the Phoenix as well. They keep the land spam going on FNG, but there's just no real target they can instantly pop.
Like the key item when you're playing it as support, you can stay at a distance and land some key stuns. And Fenrir historically, I think,
yeah, that's
this time didn't get faked out.
Oh, this time was actually a lot better positioning. Also on bottom lane, the Phoenix gets caught. VP initially brought those 3 heroes down there about 20 seconds ago, looking for the opportunity. Then the attack happened up on top, and I don't know if Ice has got a little bit distracted or not.
Always get that extra bit of burst out. It's about 260 damage, I think, after reductions that he will help.
Speaking of which,
yeah, he's in trouble. Yeah, they go in here.
They put the observer ward down now. They can see up, and yeah, burning, blink, stun, right on top of God. Fresh blink, easily put to work, and they already kill off the mid laner of VP.
Phobos has Necrobook ready. Somebody's gonna have to go back top.
That would present itself is Ice, as he reveals himself going down the mid lane, but they need to get that Hex off from line or else this is not going to work. But Phobos, well, that's one way you can do it. Blink, Raw, and wow, the range of the finger. Ice goes down very, very quickly, and VP, because they're so close with the Necro Books,
have one way of breaking that so he can get roared, which is the Omni Slash first hit. Should break the Lincolns, so... That is very, very situational, though, that they can set that up in a meaningful way.
I'd be very concerned though, because Lion's getting pretty close to his Blink Dagger as well. So at least that would stop that initiation as Enchantress. Gonna get Storm Bolted. There's more support rotating over from the side, and there's the jump in his Phobos, right on top of FY with those Necro units. They commit up the Finger of Death, killing off the Doombringer. It looks like Ice Science will join him in the grave and burning this BKB. He's isolated. Fenrir's gonna come in close, but the Omni Slash as she bounces over to Fenrir, takes him out, and VG Gaming, this is a horrendous fight for them. Super thanks to a doppelganger blink, he will be able to survive. But VG Gaming, okay, really? 55 life he survives on. God's got blink in 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Super's got blink up shorter though, so he'll get away. Or will he? The lightning bolt is too far away. Super will survive. What a nice time to have an arcane rune as well up your sleeve.
He can also take more of a utility route and look for something that he can cast on an ally, like maybe a Lotus Orb or...
Well, he already won the Vlads for his team as well.
Fenrir's. Okay.
Okay.
He was up really far with no intel at all.
Supporting VG, because you get to a point where you're like, well, it should happen this way, and then it just doesn't. Like, it was the same kind of thing we felt from IG, and now Burning. Well, they trigger the Lincolns. He does get the BKB off, which protects him from the Necrobook's effect, but still look at the life he's losing. He'll trigger the God Strength. The Omni Slash will go and bounce up to FY Fenrir. What's it? He's just sitting there looking at his teammates die. Lil's being brought down by Super, but it's a 2-for-1 trade-off, and Super, he's kind of stranded. Doppelganger in 1 second time. Just 1 second long enough. It is. At least it is for Virtus Pro. The gem was lost as well. It'll be regathered up now by Virtus Pro. No, and they're just pushing for the bottom lane. They'll force the buyback on this Ven. This is a game-deciding moment if they continue this rush. Yeah, Thunder God's Wrath though just got used, so VG got caught with their pants down. Oh, they're moving over right now, VP, and now do they want to go in? Silent? Yeah, he just makes the run instantly into the Omni Slash. They isolate the Doombringer, bring him down. Burning still copping a hell of a lot of that Omni Slash, and Silent chasing up after him. Burning's now out of his BKB, but God's right behind him, and there goes your Lincoln Spear. And there goes really your hopes of VG Gaming. You've got the Sunray coming out from Ice, but the Nova's already been expended. It's a full team wipe on VG Gaming. As VP, you might have lost 2, but you still got 2 big ones that count. The Juggernaut and the Zeus. They have to buy back the... But at the moment, it looks like VP just has to put VG in the ground and bury them properly. So they attack the bottom tower, they're looking for Megas, Silent instantly into the spin, as FY, he actually gets hexed up as well. That's God's going to work, but this Nova is in the middle of the team fight, but it's also in the middle of Virtus Pro. They get rid of it, the line is the sacrificial lamb here, but look at God, he just moves back, he continues to throw out the nukes, and it's an entire team wide. VG Gaming are gone, you'll buy back on the PL, but that's only because you have no other choice. Super must try and fight, but God, he blinks away, he cancels the lands, so God will get to survive, and again, the Impetus damage, FNG's actually out of mana. He's expended so many Impetus this time around. You might have actually killed off the Juggernaut, but he buys back, but GG, well played. Virtus Pro. It feels like I can say this, even though VG Gaming had a nice grip on the start of this game. They hit their timings right, and it was a very convincing win at the end of the day. That was probably VG's best team fight in the game, by the way, that one. If they take that without being like 25,000 behind or 20,000 behind, sure, the Supernova got destroyed, but look at what happens when he places it in the middle. He drew so much attention to himself. They had a Doom out.